Which song do you hate and why? Most of the Christmas songs of the mid to late 70s, early 80s. 30 years ago, I was on a placement in a supermarket in Grimsby, Lincolnshire. And hearing that flippin' Slade song on repeat all day, I was seriously losing the will to live. Also, the Will Young version of Light My Fire by The Doors. The original was a 70s classic, yet Will Young murdered it. Also, I still haven't forgiven Mr. Blobby for knocking Meatloaf off the UK Christmas #1 spot in late 1993. By the same token, I still haven't forgiven Westlife for murdering Mandy by Barry Manilow and Uptown Girl by Billy Joel. The new Beyoncé one. It starts off okay, then just seems to get progressively worse, until the end where she's just repeating photogenic. Oh, and Usher ft Juicy J, I don't mind. Juicy J seems to have misread the brief. Usher singing about a strong woman earning money by stripping and being generally positive. Then Juicy J comes with his verse, and just keeps going on about just wanting to bust a nut and take somebody bitch. Turn her to a slut. Somebody that I used to know by Gotti. That song came out around the time I broke up with my first real boyfriend. The lyrics to that song were almost word for word the things he said to me after I left him. After a couple months I had to get a restraining order against him. So any time I hear that song I just imagine Gotti as an possessive jerk that is probably making someone scared and miserable. Last resort Papa Roach. I was mostly indifferent to it. Until Spotify decided that every single random mix they did for me needed to include this fucking song. Most of the hate is due to the fact that Spotify is run by idiot clowns that think the ability to blacklist a song or bands isn't a feature people want. So I couldn't make the song fuck off. I have to keep skipping it over and over. I was in a co-ed dorm at Western Univ. Back in the fall of 2000, my bed was up against the wall, and my neighboring dormie had her alarm clock on her bed along the same wall, every single morning, weekends included, at 6:15 a.m. Santana ft. Rob Thomas's Smooth Hammer through the wall into my head. I have PTSD any time I hear the obnoxious drum intro or that fucking shitty guitar lick. Don't worry, be happy, by Bobby McFerrin 1988 to me. It is the stuff of nightmares. I mean, come on, let's admit it. Telling yourself not to worry and to be happy instead means that you've really arrived at some pretty dark place. Not only that, but it's not really going to function when it comes to the physical work that it's going to take to get yourself out of that place. Junior Senior Move Your Feet is a fun jam, evocative of the late 2000s, for me, classic. But goddamn, there's a couple of remixes samples wherein a song just uses the everybody hook over and 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 over again as part of the track. It's the most stress-making decision I think I've ever heard DJs make. It's so bad. I've the Tiger. My high school team was the Tigers. Played at every possible chance they could. Horn assembly, I've the Tiger cover. Drumline, I've the Tiger. Team down at halftime and needs a rally, I've the Tiger. Pep rally where a speaker from out of town walks into the gym. You guessed it. I've the Tiger, baby. Get the party started by PNK. I was at a random New Year's Eve banquet in Hong Kong with my parents when I was 15. It was all middle-aged adults and mediocre food. This was the only song they played all night on repeat. WHY? Why did no one say anything? It drove me fucking nuts and never want to hear that song ever again. Happy by Pharrell Williams. I don't really know why I hate it so much, but I do with a passion. Whenever I hear it I feel unnecessarily angry. Lizzo about Dan Time. I remember it was a trending song on TikTok a while ago. The dance and the miming along just got tiresome very quickly. The song is also just total trash. We built this city starship. It's just so dumb. The lyrics, the stupid video, the music. And I guess what it did to Grey Slick because White Rabbit is an all-time fave. I just get so unbelievably angry when I hear it. And if it's not turned off fast enough, I can actually feel the sanity leaving my body. We found love in a hopeless place, Rihanna. Walmart cashier 201 to 201 for 8-hour weekend shift. 1.5-hour store playlist. So I heard that song at least 5 times a shift. She just repeats "we found love in a hopeless place" over and over again. That is the entire song. Love Riri. Hate that fucking song. I Got a Feeling by Black Eyed Peas. I've hated that song since I was 13 because it sounds like a 5th grader wrote it. It was everywhere in 2009. And I feel like it helped usher in that mostly terrible EDM era in the early 2010s. I like other BEP songs, but they really could have kept this one LOL. Happy Pharrell Williams freaking annoying. Scream and shout Britney use her at the gym. And the goddamn is Britney bitch. Not Afraid Eminem video is so dumb. Rockstar Post Malone just meh. You Belong With Me age really bad. Any song from Bella Thorne need explanation. 1. Dance Monkey. 2. Fight Song. 3. IDK the title, but the one by Meghan Trainor I could wear my Gucci on. 4. What does the fox say? WNSJSNJSSS5. Sit still at Pretty. 6. Umbrella. 7. Cruel Summer I love tape, but I hear this song everywhere I go online and offline. 8. Pretty Girl. The fucking Pina Colada song. It's about two shitty people who realize they're shitty and deserve each other. It's my literal hell. Fuck the moral of that song and fuck that song. It's such a fucking earworm. It's gonna be stuck in my head for hours just because I thought of it. I'm adept at avoiding the music I don't want to hear. However, there's about a dozen artists right now that I'd roast marshmallows over if they were on fire. Like, I don't know what an Ice Spice is supposed to be, but I'm pretty sure it burst out of that guy's stomach in Alien. Any song from Beyoncé. I mean, I don't know what the hype is all about for her songs. All my friends like her, and I tried numerous times listening to her songs, and I just can't seem to be getting a grasp of it. Is there anything wrong with me, or is she just overrated? La Vie en Rose, Non Regret, Edith Piaf, and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Some of my mum's favorites that I love too. I played them at her funeral last year, and now I can't bear to listen to them. Also Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf for the exact same reason. Knocking on Heaven's Door. When I was really young, we went camping. There was a drunk group of people in the camper next to us that played the song over and over and attempted to sing to it drunk the whole night. I have hated that song ever since. 99 red balloons to the point that if you play a single second of it in front of them, they'll shoot up to ask you to turn it the fuck off. And I have no idea what 99 red balloons could have possibly done. Lean on Me. I went to a private grade school. Any time we had to sing, that's one of the songs we would have to sing. All the fucking time. And there was the threat of punishment for not joining in. Easily the worst years of my life. Monkey Wrench Foo Fighters. I like the Foo Fighters, but I absolutely cannot stand that song. I don't know if it's the lyrics or the melody, I just instantly get pissed off. Guess what song my brother likes to play when I'm around? Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. I don't like her singing. The sound of the song is just irritating. Bonus anything Beyoncé because her music is too hyped up. A person can't say they don't like Beyoncé without receiving backlash. I will probably make some enemies with this, but On Top of the World by Imagine Dragons. I think it sounds like gibberish, and in comparison with other songs by Imagine Dragon, it totally doesn't fit their style. And the centerfold sounds like it was written by that guy in high school who thought that being exceptionally loud all the time was the same as being the class clown and then grew up to become a rapist. Don't Stop Believing. For a school project in high school, we had to create a dance to a song, and that was ours. I was so embarrassed doing it that I can never not think about it when hearing the song. I hate the way Timber sounds and I hate the rapping. But then it overtook Can't Stop the Feeling as my least favorite song, which I found really annoying after my form had to dance to it at school. Journey's Don't Stop Believing makes my spine constrict. Not that it is a bad song, but my favorite show ended on it as it faded to black with no real conclusion after almost a decade of watching. That song Danza Kuduro. It's just overplayed. When I am at a bar and it comes on, I just want to leave. Seeing other people dance and get into it makes me feel more like I don't belong in that crowd. Happy by Farrell. I was at work and had to join an engineering bridge, and the person hosting said bridge forgot to join the call. I had to hear that song on loop for like 20 minutes straight. My Humps by Black Eyed Peas. It's like made a bet he could write the dumbest, worst song ever. Dumber than MacArthur Park. Dumber than Seasons in the Sun. And by God, he did it. Read Red Wine, UB40, for some reason in the late 80s. Despite being released many years earlier, every friggin' radio station in town decided to start playing it constantly, for months. Anything by Aerosmith. His songs get lumped in with some of the great classic rock songs somehow, and get played as if they belong in the upper throngs of classic rock. All his songs suck. Moves like Jagger. I disliked it, so I used it as an alarm for a few years so I would be more motivated to get up and turn it off. I hear the opening whistles and tense up immediately now. Girls by Beastie Boys. I love the Beastie Boys' Paul's Booty, but that song and Brass Monkey are so grating on me, probably because of how often they've been played my whole life.